All right, hello, ladies, gentlemen, to all of my viewers, listeners, and supporters all over the world. Jabbar Brown here with you from the musiciantrainingcenter.com. All right, so today I want to teach you some passing chords that we can play between the 5, 1, and 4. All right, we're going to work this out in the key of A flat. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we'll be in the key of A flat, all right? And what I want to do is I want to teach you some chords that you can play between, as I said before, some passing chords between the 5, 1, and the 4. All right? In addition to that, I'm going to play some basic chords to kind of bring us to that point. And then after we get to the 5, 1, 4, I'm going to try to throw in some passing chords there. We'll continue from that progression to get back to our 1. All right. The first thing that we'll do is we'll take a basic approach. All right. And then we'll come back and we'll spice up the chords that we played prior to the 5, 1, 4 and continuing after that progression. All right. So here we go. Basic approach. Okay. So let me show you the basic chords. All right. Then let's get back to the 5, 1, 4. All right. So if you're familiar with this, your number system in the key of A flat, we're on our flat 2 now. All right. All right. So we have a turnaround here, 6, 2. All right. Now here's our 5, 1, 4. 5, 1, 4. All right. We want to plug in some passing chords in that section. All right. So let's continue. All right. We're at our 3. Now we're at our 6. Okay. Now we are at our 2. Okay. 5. Resolve. 1. All right. Now, let's try to spice up these chords. And then when we get to our 5, 1, 4, let's see if we can throw in some passing chords to get us from that 5, 1, and 4. All right. So here we go. All right. So the only thing we did just now was we spiced up the chords that we played prior to our 5, 1, 4, and then we continued after the progression with more chords spiced up just to get us back to our 1. Okay. So let's cover that again leading up to that 5, 1, 4, and then let's take a look at those passing chords that we played to get us from that 5, 1, and 4. All right, so my first chord, all right, still on our flat 2. Now we're at our 2. Now remember we did our 6, 2. All right, so all right, so we spiced it up just a little bit. All right, I'll do it again. Let's play it a little bit higher. All right, now 5. Okay. So here's our passing chords. What we're actually doing, and let's focus on that just a second, okay? So this is the prep. All right, this is leading us into our passing chords for the progression, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about what these chords are, okay? So some of you may be familiar with your drop two chords, all right? So basically what I'm doing now is, instead of playing this F major in my right hand, like so, I'm going to borrow this A, and we're going to play it an octave lower, okay? So my left hand, we're going to borrow this A from the top, okay? The F major, it's your 1, this is your 3, this is your 5 of F major, okay? If we were counting, if we were looking at numbers there, all right? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to drop 2, all right? We're going to drop this 2. So the second note of your F major is A, all right? So again, we're just going to borrow that A. We're going to drop that 2, all right? All right, and we're going up a half step. So we're just playing with these drop 2s. All right, now let's make it minor. Okay, so again, instead of just playing a minor chord here, I want to borrow that 2 again. All right, so that G flat is on my left hand now, all right, instead of in my right hand. All right, we're just borrowing. All right, now we have another E flat minor. So we got an E flat minor here, and then we just inverted this E flat minor. All right, so if this E flat was our bass, then our root note, or our first position, or let's call it our first, not first inversion, all right, but E flat, G flat in this order, all right, will be based off of our root. Your first inversion, and then second inversion, okay? All right, so again, but our focus is basically on the drop 2s. So we're borrowing, sorry, again. And then we drop down, we invert the E flat minor. Okay, drop 2, let's borrow it, okay? Now, while sort of sustaining, okay, we're looking at some notes. So let's get back into it. Let's start back over, and let's get back into those passing chords, and then let's finish out those passing chords, drop 2s, and let's finish out the other parts that we're playing, and then the continuation with the other chords. All right, let's break it all down. So let's break all of that down. Now you have your drop 2s, right? Now, all I'm doing now is just playing 2-finger chords. Well, 1 note in each hand. So, but I'm still kind of sustaining on this B flat in my right hand, though. All right. So it's a little sustaining going on. Okay, so it's not totally focused on, all right? All right, so that gets us back to our 4. All right, we're on our 5. Okay. All right, and that could replace the 1. So basically, in the time that it would take us to do, you know, a 5, okay, again, Ba-da-ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's how it should work. That should be on our 1. All right, and then again, now we're really kind of focusing on 2 notes. So the left hand and the right hand we move simultaneously. Okay, now we're on our 4. Before, what we did was 5, 1, 4. Now, and you can kind of resolve or settle on that chord as well. Okay. Now, let's continue from that with the chords that we used to bring us back to the 1. All right. Okay, so you have this. All right, now I didn't play this chord in the left hand. This is actually the chord I meant to play in my left hand. All right. All right. So we'll play it one more time. Let's get all the way through it. All right, and make sure that we've covered everything. We want to break it all down. We're going to play real time, and then we'll slow it down. But I want to make sure that we cover it all. All right. So here we go. All right. Slow. So after our chords, after our passing chords, let's just make sure that we have covered the extra chords in continuation. Okay. One thing that I did not explain was this movement here. Okay. With this chord, so we have right. Half steps on our 5. All right, so we're really on our 1, and on one of the other things that I did was I just played a regular A flat major. Okay. All right, but what I added, and I just kind of changed it a little bit. All right, so really we're on our flat 7. Okay. Which actually kind of sets you up. You can stay there and end it, or it sets you up to continue. You can go somewhere else, anywhere you want to go. All right. You can do different things. Okay. All right. So I hope that this tutorial has helped you. Again, we really wanted to focus on some passing chords that you could play between the 5, 1, and the 4. All right. There's nothing wrong with the chords that we use to play basic. Okay, absolutely nothing wrong with those chords at all. But every now and then we try to think of ways and we try to find things that we can do just to add, or as we say in this lesson, as I said in this lesson, spice up the chords, figuratively speaking. You look for things that you can do just to kind of add to it. It's a different approach, different perspective. You're just being creative. All right. And then at the end of the day, you're just really having fun. Okay. So again, basically what we used were some drop two chords. The first chord was a major, used that drop two, and then we used an E flat minor chord and we inverted, but we also made that a drop two. And then we went into, while slightly sustaining the end of that E flat minor drop two, just sustaining a little bit, we moved into, okay, our one note in each hand, our two note movement, okay, into another series of movements with two notes, one in each hand, that took us to our four. Okay, so just another way of getting across that bridge, and that bridge was the 5-1-4. All right. So I hope this again has been a blessing to you. Had a good time, had fun teaching this lesson, and I challenge you to be creative. You know, if you can think of other ways, or maybe just add to what we have shown here. Have fun. Okay, I'm quite sure that you have an arsenal of other chords, passing chords, different ideas that you can add to this. All right. So again, remember, have fun, make mistakes, but learn from your mistakes. Okay. And try to always be as precise as you can. Be intentional about what you're doing. Okay. But don't beat yourself up too much if you happen to make a mistake. I made a few mistakes, you know, in my playing, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just learn from it and still, again, have fun. All right. So you guys, you be blessed and take care. Always make sure that you keep God first. Stay humble. Be prayerful. Continue to exercise your gift. Practice your gift. Focus. Okay. And together, you and I, let's continue on this journey. Let's do the work and see the results. All right. Until the next time, you guys be blessed and take care. Jabbar Brown signing out.